Okay, welcome to Planet Geography. We're looking at the 4 layers of the rainforest. They are the forest floor, the understory, the canopy, and the emergent layer. Okay, so let's start by looking at the forest floor. The first thing you need to know is that whilst rainforests are found on the equator, and therefore they receive a huge amount of solar radiation, only about 2% of that solar radiation makes it to the forest floor, okay? And that's because it's absorbed and captured by the canopy, which we'll talk about in a second. So they tend to actually be very dark spaces, okay? The soil is nutrient poor, okay? Mainly because there is such large uptake. If you know the nutrient cycle, check out my video on that if you haven't seen it. From plants, the soil tends to be quite thin and quite nutrient deficient. That's why it often takes on a red color and not a brown color. The types of animals you see here, sorry, not animals, plants you see here, is often fungi. So this is a mushroom. Okay, you're seeing fungi and you're seeing moss as well. Okay, and that's mainly because it's such a, here's my moss. And that is mainly because it's such a damp and humid space that it's perfect for this type of plant life, okay? Decomposition happens very, very quickly. Vegetation, animal matter, dead animals and so on, they decompose very, very quickly and they're broken down because it's perfect for bacteria. It's hot and it's humid. In terms of the animals we see down here, on the forest floor, it tends to be kind of anteaters. So here's my anteater. Here's its tongue for the ants. Naturally, if you're going to get anteaters, you're going to get lots of ants and bugs and insects like so. And you also get, this is the one I want to kind of point out, you also get jaguars. I'll draw my jaguar down here, okay? Now, why is a jaguar a good example of a forest floor? The reason being, God, this is a terrible jaguar, is because they are camouflage. So check out this image of a jaguar and you see that it's kind of brown and with the black spots. And that is literally just to copy the forest floor, because the forest floor is brown with dead vegetation and then lots of dark spots on it from all the shade that is being created by the canopy, okay? In terms of plants, they tend to grow very quickly. So they need to go from seedlings, tiny little seeds, to reaching the canopy layer as quickly as they can, okay? They've only got a certain amount of energy to do that. And if they don't make it to here, there won't be enough sunlight, there won't be enough photosynthesis, and they will, die before they get there. So this is the forest floor. The key things you need to know: receives a very low level of solar radiation at 2%. Anteaters and jaguars are your big animals that are known there. Camouflage is the big animal adaptation. Vegetation takes the form of fungi, mushrooms, and moss. And yeah, I think that's it. I think we can now jump into the understory.